Picture this: the bustling streets of ancient Rome, the epicenter of power and civilization. Amidst the noise and chaos, a figure stands alone, calm and composed. This man is Marcus Aurelius, a symbol of unyielding strength and stoic resilience. But what secrets did he hold? What habits made him appear invincible even in the face of immense challenges? Welcome to a journey into the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, where we unravel the habits that can transform your life, just as they did for Marcus Aurelius. Today, we delve into practices that not only shield you from appearing weak, but also build an inner fortress of strength and resilience. First, one thing about Marcus Aurelius was that he didn't react to every little annoyance or crisis like it was the end of the world. Imagine leading an empire and facing invasions, plagues, and political backstabbing on a daily basis. You'd think that would make anyone lose their cool, but not Marcus. No, he maintained a level head and a calm demeanor, even in the most intense situations. How did he manage that? Let's break it down. One of Marcus Aurelius's key strengths was his ability to stay composed under pressure. He didn't let external circumstances dictate his internal state. When the going got tough, he didn't get hysterical. He got thoughtful. You see, he understood that overreacting never solved anything. Instead, it only added more chaos to an already chaotic situation. Think about it. You're stuck in traffic, and someone cuts you off. Your first instinct might be to honk your horn, yell, or even make a not-so-friendly hand gesture. But what does that achieve? It raises your blood pressure, ruins your mood, and possibly escalates the situation. Now, imagine facing something far more significant than a traffic jam, like a barbarian invasion. Overreacting could cost lives, resources, and stability. Marcus Aurelius approached problems methodically. He once wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means that the true strength lies in controlling your reactions, not trying to control everything that happens around you. When you're in a high-pressure situation, the best course of action is to pause and assess. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often you'll find that the situation isn't as catastrophic as it seems. By taking a moment to breathe and evaluate, you prevent impulsive reactions that could make matters worse. Let's add a dash of sarcasm to lighten things up. Picture this: you're at work, and your boss suddenly dumps a last-minute project on you. Your immediate reaction might be to think, "Oh, great, because I didn't have enough to do already." But instead of letting that frustration bubble over, channel your inner Marcus. Smile, or at least try not to frown too hard. Take a deep breath, and tackle the project one step at a time. Another example is during arguments. When someone says something that pushes your buttons, the natural reaction is to snap back, right? But Marcus Aurelius would advise otherwise. He would suggest taking a step back and considering the bigger picture. Is this argument really worth the stress? Most of the time, the answer is no. So instead of reacting with anger, respond with calm. It disarms the other person and prevents the situation from escalating. Now you might be thinking, that's easier said than done. And you're right. It takes practice and patience to master the art of not overreacting. Start small. The next time you feel your temper rising or anxiety creeping in, take a moment to pause. Count to 10. Take a few deep breaths, or even walk away for a bit. Remind yourself that overreacting never leads to a positive outcome. In essence, Marcus Aurelius's approach was all about maintaining control over his own mind and reactions. He knew that while he couldn't always control external events, he could control how he responded to them. And that, my friends, is where true strength lies. Second, all the confident people have one common perspective. They are good listeners, but when it's needed, they know how to ask a good question and change the direction of the conversation. Imagine Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. He doesn't just sit in meetings, nodding along and agreeing with everything. No, he listens carefully, waits for the right moment, and then drops a question so sharp it slices through the conversation and redirects it entirely. This isn't just a TV trope. It's a real-life strategy used by those who exude confidence and command respect. Let's break this down. When you're in a discussion, whether it's a heated debate, a business meeting, or a casual conversation, the power of asking a disruptive question can't be overstated. A disruptive question is one that challenges the status quo, brings a new perspective, or digs deeper into the underlying issues. Think of it like this. You're in a meeting where everyone seems to be agreeing on a new strategy. The plan sounds decent, but you have a nagging feeling that something's off. Instead of going along with the crowd, you ask, "What evidence do we have that this strategy will work?" Suddenly the room gets quieter. People start thinking more critically. You've just shifted the conversation from blind agreement to thoughtful analysis. Thomas Shelby does this all the time. He doesn't just accept things at face value. He probes, he questions, he disrupts. It's not because he likes causing trouble, okay, maybe a little, but because he understands that true strength lies in the ability to think critically and push boundaries. Now let's bring this to a more relatable scenario. Picture yourself at a family gathering. Conversations are flowing, and someone brings up a controversial topic. Instead of getting defensive or argumentative, you calmly ask, "What makes you believe that?" This question isn't just a conversation changer, it's a mind opener. It forces the other person to reflect on their beliefs and justifications, often leading to more meaningful and productive discussions. Here's the kicker. Asking disruptive questions isn't just about being a contrarian, it's about being genuinely curious and seeking deeper understanding. It's about not taking things at face value and encouraging others to do the same. And when you do this, you not only display confidence, but also foster an environment of critical thinking and innovation. You know those meetings where everyone's nodding like bobbleheads, agreeing on a plan that's obviously flawed? Be the Thomas Shelby in the room. Instead of nodding along and later regretting it, ask that disruptive question. Watch the bobbleheads freeze mid-nod. It's not about being difficult. It's about being smart and courageous enough to speak up. Let's consider another example. Job interviews. Often, interviews are a one-way street with the employer firing questions and the candidate answering them. Flip the script. When given the chance, ask a disruptive question like, "What are the biggest challenges this company is facing right now, and how do you plan to address them?" This question shows that you're not just there to take orders. You're there to understand, contribute, and make a difference.
Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were constantly butting heads with someone? Whether it's a colleague, a friend, or a family member, it's frustrating, isn't it? But here's the secret. Instead of seeing it as a tug of war, see it as an opportunity to align your needs with theirs. This shift in perspective can turn conflict into collaboration and tension into teamwork. First, let's get real. Everyone has needs and desires. You, me, the person next to you. When these needs clash, that's when problems arise. But what if, instead of focusing on the clash, you focused on finding the intersection? This is where true strength lies, in the ability to understand and align. Think about Marcus Aurelius again. He was a philosopher king, someone who ruled not with an iron fist, but with wisdom and empathy. He understood that his success as a leader depended on aligning the needs of his people with the needs of the empire. He famously wrote, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees." This simple yet profound idea emphasizes that individual and collective well-being are intertwined. So how do you apply this in your life? Start by actively listening. Yes, really listening. When you engage with someone, don't just wait for your turn to speak. Instead, try to truly understand their perspective and needs. Ask open-ended questions like, "What's most important to you in this situation?" or "How can we make this work for both of us?" This not only shows that you value their input, but also opens the door for collaboration. Here's an example from everyday life. Let's say you're working on a project with a colleague who has a different approach than you. Instead of insisting on your way, take a step back and ask, "What do you think is the best way to achieve our goals?" This simple question can align both of your needs and lead to a more effective and harmonious outcome. Another powerful technique is to find common goals. When you and the other person are working towards a shared objective, it's easier to align your needs. Let's say you're negotiating with a client. Instead of focusing solely on your needs, consider what they need. By addressing their needs, you naturally align with your own goal of building a long-term relationship and securing the deal. Imagine a world where instead of constant conflict, we all strive to understand and align with each other. How much more could we achieve? How much stronger would we be? Aligning your needs with others isn't about compromising your values or desires. It's about finding that sweet spot where both parties feel valued and understood. In the end, the strength of your relationships, whether personal or professional, hinges on your ability to connect and align with others. It's about creating win-win situations where both sides come out stronger and more satisfied. Remember, aligning needs doesn't mean giving up your own. It means being smart, empathetic, and strategic about how you achieve your goals. Our fourth point in the context of habits to stop looking weak is, view the world from their perspective. Let's start with a powerful quote from Seneca. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This wisdom doesn't just apply to our fears, but also to how we perceive others. When we make the effort to view the world from someone else's perspective, we bridge gaps, dissolve misunderstandings, and build stronger connections. Now, let's bring this idea into your life. Picture a moment when you felt misunderstood. It's frustrating, right? Now imagine if the other person took a moment to see things from your point of view. How different would that interaction have been? This is the power of perspective. It can transform conflict into understanding and tension into empathy. First, let's get practical. Viewing the world from another's perspective isn't just about being nice. It's a strategic tool for effective communication and problem solving. When you understand where someone is coming from, you're better equipped to address their concerns, meet their needs, and find common ground. Think about a recent disagreement you had. Maybe it was with a colleague over a project direction, or with a family member about weekend plans. Instead of digging your heels in, what if you paused and considered their perspective? Ask yourself, why do they feel this way? What might they be experiencing? This simple shift can open up new pathways for resolution. Seneca's wisdom reminds us that our perceptions are often colored by our own experiences and emotions. To see clearly, we must step outside our own viewpoint. This doesn't mean abandoning your perspective. It means expanding it to include others. It's like adding another lens to your vision. Everything becomes clearer and more nuanced. Imagine you're in a team meeting and a colleague vehemently opposes your idea. Your first reaction might be to defend your position. But instead, try this. Take a deep breath and ask them to explain their viewpoint. Really listen. You might discover that their concerns are valid and that addressing them could strengthen your idea. By viewing the situation from their perspective, you not only show respect, but also gain valuable insights. Here's a bit of motivation for you. Empathy isn't just a nice-to-have skill, it's a superpower. Leaders who practice empathy are often more effective, respected, and successful. They build stronger teams, foster trust, and inspire loyalty. So by making the effort to see the world from others' perspectives, you're not just being kind, you're being smart. Let's consider a more personal scenario. Think about a friend going through a tough time. Instead of offering generic advice, take a moment to truly understand their feelings. Ask questions like, "How are you really feeling?" Or, "What can I do to support you?" By stepping into their shoes, you offer genuine support and strengthen your bond.
Our fifth habit on our list is the balance, reward, and consequence. Cleanthes once said, "Lead me on, O Zeus, and thou, O destiny, to that goal long ago assigned to me. I will follow and not stumble. Even if my will fails, I will soldier on." This wisdom emphasizes the importance of understanding our path and the balance we must maintain to stay true to it. In life, one crucial way to maintain this balance is by mastering the art of balancing reward and consequence. Imagine you're driving a car. Too much acceleration without considering the brakes, and you risk losing control. Similarly, too much focus on consequences without rewarding yourself can lead to burnout. Striking the right balance between reward and consequence is essential for long-term success and well-being. Let's get practical. Balancing reward and consequence isn't just about punishment and pleasure. It's about creating a system that motivates you while keeping you grounded. Think about your daily habits and routines. Do you reward yourself when you achieve your goals? Do you hold yourself accountable when you don't? This balance is key to maintaining motivation and achieving your aspirations. Consider a personal goal you've set. Maybe it's exercising regularly, finishing a project, or even learning a new skill. To stay motivated, you need to reward yourself for progress. This doesn't mean indulging in extravagance. It can be as simple as taking a break, enjoying a favorite snack, or spending time on a hobby. Cleanthes teaches us to find joy in our journey, not just the destination. Now let's flip the coin. What happens when you don't meet your goals? Ignoring the consequences can lead to complacency. You need to hold yourself accountable. This doesn't mean being harsh or punitive. It means understanding the impact of your actions and making adjustments. If you skip a workout, acknowledge it and plan to get back on track. If you miss a deadline, reflect on why it happened and how you can avoid it in the future. Here's a relatable example. Imagine you're working on a big project at work. Set clear milestones and rewards for each completed stage. Maybe a coffee break, a quick walk, or even a short chat with a friend. This keeps you motivated and energized, but also set consequences for missed deadlines, perhaps working late to catch up or sacrificing some leisure time. This ensures you stay focused and accountable. Balancing reward and consequence isn't just about managing tasks, it's about managing your life. When you create a balanced system, you foster self-discipline and resilience. You learn to enjoy your achievements and grow from your setbacks. This balance is what fuels progress and sustains momentum. Life is challenging, and staying motivated isn't always easy. We all face moments of doubt and setbacks. But remember Cleanthes' words, soldier on, even when your will falters. Reward yourself for your hard work, but also be mindful of the consequences of your actions. This balanced approach will help you navigate challenges and stay on course. In conclusion, balancing reward and consequence is a powerful habit that can transform your life. It's about recognizing your achievements and learning from your mistakes. It's about staying motivated and accountable. By mastering this balance, you'll find yourself more resilient, more focused, and ultimately more successful. So, next time you set a goal or face a challenge, remember to balance reward and consequence. Celebrate your victories, learn from your setbacks, and keep moving forward with determination and grace. You've got this. Embrace the balance and watch how it transforms your journey.
The last habit on our list is transform waste into wealth. Let's start with a profound quote from Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. Well-being is attained little by little, and nevertheless is no little thing itself. This wisdom speaks to the transformative power of small, consistent actions. Today, let's explore how you can apply this principle to transform waste into wealth, both literally and metaphorically. Think about your daily life. We often overlook the small things we discard, not just physical waste, but also our unused potential, time, and even negative experiences. What if I told you that you could turn all of these into wealth? Not just monetary wealth, but a wealth of knowledge, growth, and spiritual fulfillment. Consider a real-life scenario. You're at home, feeling overwhelmed by clutter and chaos. Old clothes, unused gadgets, and miscellaneous items fill your space, and it's stressing you out. This isn't just about physical clutter. It's about the mental and emotional weight it carries. Now, imagine transforming this clutter into something valuable. Donate those old clothes to someone in need, sell the gadgets you no longer use, and recycle the miscellaneous items. Suddenly, you've not only cleared your space but also created value for yourself and others. This is the essence of transforming waste into wealth. Now, Let's delve deeper into the metaphorical aspect. We all experience setbacks and failures. It's easy to view these as wasted efforts, but what if we could transform them into valuable lessons? Zeno himself faced numerous hardships, including the loss of his wealth in a shipwreck. Instead of succumbing to despair, he founded Stoicism, turning his loss into a legacy that has inspired countless individuals. This is the power of perspective and resilience. Think about your own experiences. Have you ever failed at something, only to realize later that it taught you a valuable lesson? That's turning waste into wealth. Every setback is an opportunity for growth. Every failure teaches resilience. By viewing challenges as stepping stones rather than obstacles, you create a wealth of experience and wisdom. Here's a spiritual angle. Consider the concept of mindfulness. In today's fast-paced world, time often feels like it slips through our fingers, wasted on distractions and stress. Mindfulness teaches us to be present and appreciate each moment. By transforming wasted time into mindful moments, you enrich your life with a sense of peace and purpose. This spiritual wealth is invaluable, providing a foundation for all other forms of wealth. Let's make this practical. Start small. Look around and identify areas of waste in your life. It could be physical clutter, unused skills, or even negative thoughts. Create a plan to transform these into something valuable. Declutter your space, learn a new skill, or practice positive affirmations. Each small action contributes to your overall well-being, creating a ripple effect of positive change. For example, let's talk about wasted potential. Many of us have hidden talents or interests that we've neglected. Maybe you love painting but never find the time. Start dedicating just 10 minutes a day to this passion. Over time, you'll see not only improvement in your skill, but also a boost in your mental and emotional well-being. This is transforming wasted potential into personal wealth. To wrap this up, remember Zeno's wisdom. Well-being is attained little by little. Transforming waste into wealth is about making small, consistent changes that add up to significant results. It's about seeing the potential in what's often overlooked and turning it into something valuable. In conclusion, you have the power to transform waste into wealth in every aspect of your life. Whether it's physical clutter, missed opportunities, or negative experiences, there's always a way to create value. Embrace this mindset and watch how it transforms your life, bringing you not just material wealth, but a wealth of knowledge, growth, and spiritual fulfillment. As you step forward on this path, guided by the wisdom of the Stoics, let each habit fortify your mind and spirit. Embrace discomfort, ask disruptive questions, align your needs, view the world through others' eyes, balance reward and consequence, and transform waste into wealth. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Let your thoughts be the dye that colors your life with resilience and strength. Your journey has just begun, and the world awaits the calm strength you will radiate. If you found motivation in this journey, remember to like this video. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and remember, the true strength lies within.